Oh, Lordy. What a night. I give up.
Well, I was trying to tell jokes. I'm afraid I'm not very good with jokes. But I did
That's
find one.
okay.
I did find one I thought was pretty good. It said, "What kind of tea is hard to drink?" And I said, "This one's from our reality."
Okay. Hello, everyone. We are finally here. Okay. So let me get. Okay.
You gotta find your people that want to make you feel all right, the kind you want to stay up with all night. You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel whole. They won't leave your side when you lose control. The ones that don't let you lose your soul. You gotta find your people, the ones that get the joke, who understand what you're saying before a word is spoke. You gotta find your people to put the needle in the groove. When you're together, you got nothing to prove. When you're together, you got nothing to lose. In a world full of strangers, you don't know who to trust. All you see is danger, trying to find what you lost. You can't go it alone, everybody needs help. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself. You gotta find your people that'll call your bluff, who ride along when the road is rough. You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel equal. They pick you up and don't put you down, help you find your way in the lost and found. In a world full of strangers, you don't know who to trust. All you see is danger, trying to find what you lost. You can't go it alone, everybody needs help. You gotta find your people, then you find yourself. The ones that understand you, the ones that lend a hand to you, the ones that don't demand anything from you. You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel all right, that tell you the truth and wish you well. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself.
Sorry, I think that's just good. So hold on a minute. I'm doing more or less technical difficulty here.
You know what? Everybody's been great.
To understand what you're saying for a word is spoke. You gotta find your people to put the needle in the groove. When you're together, you got nothing to prove. When you're together, you got nothing to lose. In a world full of strangers, you don't know who to trust. All you see is danger, trying to find what you lost. You can't go it alone, everybody needs help. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself. You gotta find your people that'll call your bluff, who ride along when the road is rough. You You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel equal. They pick you up and don't put you down.
Can you turn my camera on this one?
Help you find your way in the lost and found. In a world full of strangers, you don't know who to trust. All you see is danger, trying to find what you lost. You can't go it alone. Everybody needs help. You gotta find your people, then you find yourself.
On. It is on.
The ones that understand you, the ones that lend a hand to you, the ones that don't demand anything from you. You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel alright, that tell you the truth and wish you well. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself.
This would probably help if I'd unmute, wouldn't it? Irene.
Okay.
So how's everyone doing tonight? Past the technical difficulties, past the whatever you okay.
Well, they've all been very sweet about it.
Huh?
They've all been very sweet and understanding about the delay.
Oh, that's great.
They
Because
are
now I
great
still can't
group.
figure out how to get my camera on. So you know what? I'm batting 1,000 tonight, and you get to green me.
You know, JC Ray said, as long as you don't say, am I live? Then she's running.
It's fine.
You do that, it'll be a conga line out the door.
What? I'm sorry.
JC Ray said, as long as you don't say, am I live? Because
No.
then she'll be running and there will be a conga line going out the door behind her.
No.
Oh, and Nancy M emailed you something for me. No clue
Okay.
what it is. She just told me in the comments.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and say hello to everyone. I'll wait till you do it. Or I can just do it. Either worked.
Okay, wait a minute.
All right, then I'll do it while you do that.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. Just give me a second. I got to figure out how to. I don't even know what your email is. Really?
She emailed it to you.
Got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
As you can tell, my night has been shit for the last 4 hours.
Well, it's about to get better.
Okay. I lost sound on one laptop. Then I couldn't find my passport on my other laptop. And no. Okay, before we even go there. Yes, I have 2 laptops and no. Okay.
Bought with her own money. She bought it with her own money.
Actually, one is my money and one is a Christmas present. So
yeah, but not from anybody on YouTube. So
because the husband bought me one specifically for my cricket. So I did not have to keep moving them around. Now you get your little 4-legged ass in the house.
All right. While she is telling her 4-legged baby, I will start saying hello, Mary Hildebrand, Beth, Alicia Biso, JC Ray. Let's go down to her name. Sandy La. I don't want to miss anyone. I
Okay,
know
you should have.
Red is here, Ladybug Toes, Adventures with Beth, Nana
should-
Patty, Mary Hildebrandt,
You should have an email.
Lori C. I heard you. Alicia Biso, I may have said that. Sherry. Pussycat, hi. Now,
Well, you know
hopefully,
what? We were actually going to hit that tonight.
I hope I don't miss anybody.
Part of it.
Monique and Hellraiser 007. Hello, and so glad everyone is here.
I am not.
Paisley laughs. Nancy M. Sorry, I'm almost done. A lot of people. Mary Tackett.
It's okay.
I think I got everybody. If I didn't, you could tell me in the comments. So hello,
Okay,
everyone.
yell at her. Yell at her. She don't mind. Trust me. I do want to say that.
Yeah, I got a
we
kitty
do
baby.
need to send prayers and healing thoughts to Natasha's family. I did hear in a quick glance, am I correct, Sandy, that Natasha lost her sister to cancer? Am I correct? Because I was trying to get sound and she was the one I was going back and forth trying to get my sound to work with. So, like I said, a loss is a loss, people. It does not matter. You know that. We do not, everybody knows we don't judge over here. So please send prayers and healing thoughts to her family. So
this email is from Nancy M. Florida, right?
yeah.
I'm supposed to read it out loud?
Well, I guess.
What do you think?
Did she? Yes.
Okay.
It's titled Merb. Have Irene read this out loud.
Okay, I just want to double check. Let me know when you want me to read it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Nancy, thank you. Hi, Destination New York. Hi. All right, I'm going to read your email, Nancy.
Hold on
a
minute.
Valerie.
Hold on. Sandy Law goes, one thing I will say, we all come together for people in need across all. Correct, Sandy, we do.
Yes,
and
that's true.
that honestly should never change.
No. There's some things that is you just do the right thing.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Merb, let's lay it all out. You were given a set of questions. Clear, straightforward, and demanding honest answers. Yet, you got every single one of them wrong. When confronted and told to correct your responses with the truth, you treated it as if it were insignificant, as if the truth itself was optional. Then came your deposition. Instead of respecting the process, you constantly interrupted, talking over the lawyer, as if drowning out his words could somehow erase the weight of his questions. He had to repeat himself again and again just to get through to you. That wasn't just a sign of disrespect. It was a transparent attempt to dodge accountability. Your actions made it painfully obvious you were not being truthful. Every evasion, every deflection, every unnecessary word was proof of it. And as the room slowly emptied, I was the last one there, watching it all unfold. Thank God for that, because I saw the full picture. A person so lost in their own deception that they couldn't even recognize how deeply they had trapped themselves. You live a sad existence, not because of circumstance, but because you chose to. You choose it. Well, what it literally said was, you choose to. So you live a sad existence, not because of circumstance, but because you choose to. You've built your life around a hollow digital presence, spending your days buried in the online world as if that could replace real substance. But no amount of time spent hiding behind a screen can make up for the truth you tried so desperately to avoid. Thank you, Nancy. That's it.
Well,
Very good, Nancy. Very well said.
that I will agree with, and it is the truth for anyone that has seen it. So spot on.
Yep, spot on, Nancy. All right, standing ovation for Nancy. You go, Nancy. See, that's the thing. We do not put anything out without proof. And Nancy spoke nothing but the proof and fact in that letter. I said it backwards. Nancy spoke nothing but facts. Everything she said is substantiated by proof. So it is not just Nancy's words. Nancy's words are backed up by facts.
Correct. Truth bombs.
You got it. Nancy said, I had a few moments to spare, and you used them quite well, and it was very well said, Nancy.
Well, she did quite well. And it is truth by everyone here. You know, we all watched, well, most of us watched her cluster screwed up shit of her saying that it was Heather's lawyer, you know, and he did the denies, you know, he's the one that delayed it. And, you know, she kind of put the insinuation out there that maybe, you know, he even delayed it even more when he went on vacation. But you know what? It was kind of funny that she got to go on her vacation. She got to miss her shit when she was on vacation.
Do you
Okay?
think she notified anybody? I don't.
I think she notified her nephew.
I don't know.
But you know, I know you all have seen it. Okay? I know you have. But excuse me. Just a little rerun. Okay?
Yeah. Excuse me 1 second, Florida. Nancy, when you say fuckery, that reminds me of Boondocks Dumb Fuckery, where Boondocks shows people some facts as well.
You know, we'll drop that link, but like I said, we're just going to go over a little bit that, you know, we know for fact because this is both sides of the court document, okay?
Not one-sided like Merv.
Right. Like I said, this is fact.
What she's doing instead of what she should be doing.
Right.
How
What she
are you sleeping?
Yeah. So, okay. So just by way of background, we have gone over and so does Held to the Know. Held to the Know has also done it as well. You guys remember the initial complaint, right? And there were like 41 or however many different things that were on that complaint. And Merv's response to that complaint was basically to deny pretty much everything, including things like the name of her own channel, the fact that she makes revenue on that channel, the fact that Hell to the No has a channel and makes videos, and that where she lives. She denied all of it. Okay.
Denied where she lived. Do you live at this address? And Merb said, sure don't. Huh?
And she even lied to her people and said that she was never served. Remember that, you guys? And we played that and showed you that not only was she served, it was placed in her hand by a person who then signed off on it and proved it. So
how can she sit over there and call out Heather's attorney, saying that basically he's prolonging this, he's delaying it, he went on vacation and delayed it, when they can't even get a straight answer out of her? She doesn't even know where in the fuck she lives.
And you lost, Merb?
But last week,
Hey, heads up.
my last live, I played her telling everybody, Heather, I'm going to put your name out everywhere, in grief groups, in social media, in Facebook, and in your town. I'm going to tell them exactly who you are. She knew exactly where she lived. Denial to delay, because she never thought it would get this far.
Can you imagine telling a federal court, I don't know where I live. That's not my address.
Could you imagine telling the courthouse that I was never served, even though the description of me was written on the paper and I
it was
signed it
to me and put in my hand.
That's what I'm saying.
By a human being.
This was denial, delays. It has been denial and delays since the beginning of this.
It really is.
Like I said, and that is just the beginning. Hold on. Here we go.
She just is lying. She's lying like a crazy person. Hey, Nat Close.
Well, yeah. Hey, Nat Close. So good to see you. Not only did she lie about it, remember she said, I accidentally found it in the mailbox at my old property or something. It was just
it's a mailbox that's never checked. No, honey, it was in your hand. It was placed in your hand. You big liar. And then she said that she was, getting this, pit bull attorney that was going to cost $25,000 in the first week, and that she needed all of this money. And then come to find out that it's her, baby nephew who is probably not even charging her, because after, basically falsely denying all this stuff, the court then asked for her to prove it. Okay, you say that you done it, you don't have a channel called Mommy Ramblings Blog, then prove it. And of course, she couldn't, because all of that was very easily proven that yes, you do. Obviously, you do. So she took an extended amount of time to get that evidence that she was supposed to be gathering. She's supposed to be gathering all this evidence to prove her denials. Okay, and the deadline came and went. They gave her an extension, very graciously gave her an extension. That deadline came and went. Finally, they Held to the Nose attorney contacted the court and said, you need to do something. She's not turning this stuff in. We cannot proceed with this case until she does this. Help. You need to help. Please help us. And basically even offered to, or they suggested that they even hold her in contempt of court because she wasn't turning this stuff in. And in addition to the contempt of court, they wanted to fine her the attorney's fees that it's costing Held to the No to get all this extra work done.
Merb, Carolyn, Can you spell perjury? I sure hope you can, because you perjured yourself from day one. And you sit over there and you say you are going to be judged by the people,
A group
your
of
peers, by your peers. Okay? Unless they are habitual liars, I don't know how you consider anyone your peers.
Your peers
Because
are your flying monkeys.
90%, okay, I'll go 80%. All right? Do not lie if they breathe. Okay?
True. Merb's breathing, she's lying.
Like I said, that word is called perjury. Remember, you are going to be judged by your peers. I don't care if it's people in New York or if it's people in New York State. You are an arrogant twit. Do you not realize that everyone that lives in New York was not born in New York? There may be some good old country boys that live up there that still chew and spit tobacco. So you know what? You may run across one of them good old Southern boys up there on that jury.
And they're not dumb either, Merb, just because they're Southern. They're smarter than you. That's for damn sure. They're smarter than you think.
I can tell you these Southern people that you seem to don't think that are capable of shining anybody's shoes are very capable. Look at them. They are living in the cold when a hurricane came through, and them people made their way up that mountains on horseback, on muleback, and they were neighbors helping neighbors. So do not ever underestimate a Southerner. So like I said, you may have a Southerner sitting up there on that jury. Okay? So you might want to start backstroking some more, because that lifeboat ain't coming back around again.
This extra, tell her to get her shit in. She's not turning her stuff in. What do we got to do something. And that was going to be almost $3,000. It was $2,900 and something. Luckily, I guess for her, she finally turned something in. What she turned in was terrible. One of the things that they did in order to help her turn this stuff in was have a conference with her attorney. And they said, let's see, plaintiff served her interrogatories and requests for production on February 7th, and no response has been received, okay? We attempted to resolve the dispute by emailing opposing counsel on March 11th, calling his office and leaving a message with his staff on March 13th, calling his office and leaving a message in the morning of March 14th. No response has ever been received. Okay, so her attorney is not even responding to Heather's attorney at this point, or to Hell to the Nose attorney.
Could that be? Could that be because your husband sat over there last time when I played it live and says he's got a day job?
In the house. Coco, in the house.
That he got a day job also? Last time I knew, being an attorney was a day job.
Or do you want to mix?
Do you only do it in the dark? Is that another one of those things that you want to go, Is that a real life thing or what? You know, Murby don't sugarcoat shit. Your husband's the one that said it. He's just so busy with his day job and this. Oh, and he threw and this too in. Could that be why some, avoidance of phone calls, maybe? Why?
So they want her held in contempt of court. Okay. So then they, let's see. I want to make sure, because I had to go through and redact all this stuff.
Oh, she did so much work, y'all.
Which takes so freaking forever. So I didn't redact everything. So I'm not going to show you the pages that I didn't redact. I'm just trying to see if I can find something that will just kind of show you basically what they're trying to do. And this was on, okay, this is the beginning of April. This is April 7th. Okay, so let me show you this. This is redacted. Okay, so on April 7th, this is what they filed. This is the show cause, okay? And they said, here's the relevant procedural and factual background, the law, the argument.
Well, that's all I have on that because I was having issues, but I got more of it. But we'll address this one now. Did you all see the Afghan sander I crocheted in auction for $350 last night? Once again, the Watts case trying to bail her out. Well, you know what? Like I've told y'all, sewage seeks its own level. Okay.
I agree. That
All right.
blanket is 77 by 44 inches.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to.
The yarn was 120. There's no way that yarn is wool. Not for
Hold on.
$120, unless she got that yarn at an exceptional price or it was donated to her. You can't buy all that yarn if it's wool for that price.
Well, you know what? I ain't picking apart the Afghan.
I'm talking about the price of the wool. I mean,
Like
the
I said,
yarn.
I'm not going to pick apart the Afghan. What I am going to do is say,
Well, I
Merv?
crochet, so I have a really good idea about the cost. So that's all.
But what I am, like I said, but what I am going to say is, hey, Merv, you had to throw that in there, didn't you? Because your channel has lost its credibility. Okay? No matter what you say, you have lost your credibility. You have lost your major donations, and you are sucking up trying to find money. And if using that person's name to collect money for your bullshit lawsuit, okay? And she's letting you do it? You both are low life. And you know what? I don't care. I didn't do it. Okay? Remember, stop bringing shit up. That was what, 5 years ago? Stop making money off the name.
No.
That is what you are doing.
In my opinion, that's grifting, sad fishing, whatever you want to call it, capitalizing, opportunistic.
You can never compare And I don't care what anybody says. Yes, a loss is a loss, and it hurts, and it will hurt forever. But you comparing your loss to hers,
You're not supposed
you're
to
a,
compare losses.
you're a
That's
pig.
sick.
You are a pig.
It is disgusting. Everybody's loss matters. Whether it's a person, a fur baby, a feather baby, every life matters.
So I said, she is a pig. I swear, if she flaps her jaws about how emotional that plane crash was and how it made her think, I swear to God, I'm going to climb through this computer and slap the snot out of her.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know, as an expression of how upset and anger somebody makes you by their stupidity, not as in literally, and also allegedly. So calm down your fucking feathered ass, Merv.
See, Irene's got to catch me sometimes at the allegedly or the,
Because I know where Florida's coming from.
Hi, Ethel.
You know, when Merv lied right out the gate to the court, right from the get-go, lie, lie, lie. And the dumbest things. The dumbest things. First of all, there is no good reason to lie. And you shouldn't be lying in court. If you're going to stand by anything, how about having some integrity, Merv, and tell the truth for once in your pathetic life?
Let's
Stand
see.
up and tell
you
the
like-
truth.
Let's see. You want to go back in history? I'll go back. Do you remember telling your chat? See if you do. Or telling people in Slack that you were never married before, that Jimmy was your first husband.
Ooh, what's the big deal, Merv?
Were you ashamed of being divorced at that time, 5 years ago?
Yeah, what are you ashamed for? That's ridiculous. What are you lying for?
We remember that. Do you remember everybody, us all thinking that all the kids were do you remember? So you have been lying to everybody from go. Then you go and you lie and you drag out shit with your little Patreon that I got a glimpse of. And it all started with the Watts case. They came from hater channels and they came from this and they came from that. Lady, some people may have, but not everyone that's left you.
But isn't
Not
it ironic that when they
even
were there and she's raking in the
close.
money, she didn't complain about that?
I know. You didn't complain about Heather when she was sitting up there defending you, opening the balls, saying that you were having a good time, trying to get your mind off of your grief. And now you sit over there and you tell people that she's mocking you. Really? Did you forget there's a clip of her standing up to a person in chat saying, "Why are you opening balls?" And Heather goes, not literally stood up, but she took the screen and she goes, "Now we need to stop that now." Basically, I'm paraphrasing. She goes, "We need to stop. This is her time to forget it, try to relieve her mind and let her get a little enjoyment." And Like I said, and now you want to sit here and call her out and say, you know what? You knew that title did not mean that because she was on your channel at the time.
Well, see, Merv will take something and twist it like a pretzel maker, but she won't tell the whole picture. The truth is, Heather was taking up for Merv, sticking up for her with the balls. It was a way of Merv coping, getting her mind off of it. And that was a very respectable and caring thing that Heather did. But Merv conveniently forgets that. And she'll
Oh, yeah,
pick
she does.
something that's and take it out of context, literally out of context. Because when you are a little girl, you don't know better with some things. And then somebody tells you, and then you do. But Merv doesn't tell it the truthful way. She's going to take a little tiny bit of truth and twist it all around and put her own lies and false narrative.
See? And you forget this exactly was just to be a total witch that I am.
No, you're not.
Okay? Because I come with the proof.
Yeah,
Okay?
not just you flap your gums,
come.
Merv, and you dirty deleter, you.
I come with the proof. Okay? Okay, we can't see it like that. May 31st, 2020. Okay? Think about it, people. May 31st, 2020.
The third night that we said, oh, Charlotte and I are on, and Lisa, I think it's Lisa. Lisa is just so amazing, and she's so very, very good with getting back to everyone. Mm-hmm. But it was like the third night that Charlotte was really looking, as a kid, our children, they're looking for a reach out, and she didn't get it 2 days in a row. And it was like, okay, Mama, we're going to go get these balls. We're going to go do this. I have a son with autism. She's like, Mitchie's going to get on and she's going to do this with Mommy. I mean, like, you're like a superhero to my kids. You're like a friend to me. And when I cry for you, they wonder who I'm crying about. And I show them your face. And this is Charlotte was on for like 3 days, what have you. Mm-hmm. And Lisa was just such a sweetheart. But my point today was that we were on a couple days with Charlotte.
Wait a minute. Somehow it is not at the point that I wanted. Let me get it up.
I'm reading the comments. I'm not addressing a lot because right now Florida is talking, but please know nobody's.
You can address some while I'm bringing it back up.
Well, while you're talking or playing something, I'm just letting them know that I am reading.
You want to come inside?
Like I
she
said,
does talk drama in front of her kids. She does. And then she criticizes all the old grandmas for doing things they never did. So true, Destination. I mean, everybody here is on point. You've got her pegged. You understand it.
So let me get it.
Pussycat, hi. I did say hi. I hope you heard me, but I'm going to say hi again just to make sure.
Like I said, somehow I missed it. I didn't have it where I wanted it.
Right? She's just chomping away and eating, doesn't care.
Okay, everybody listen.
And I'm going to speak over you, and I don't mean to be rude. I know I'm new, but I'm going to be. And I mean this in the most loving Christian kind of way. It's interfering in her joy tonight. She knows what's going on. We all do. We've all reported them. We're not going to give
you, Heather. Thank you.
Tonight, because every 2 minutes that you bring it up, it just fuels their fire. Wow. It's not appropriate anymore. We already know what all's happened. And just as a person that had to watch it, it's terrible. We've reported it. We've moved on. The more you bring attention to it, the more those little psychos go crazy. So the best thing to do is play balls or I'm gonna speak up again.
See? And you got her sitting there shaking her head, just eating away like it don't matter. Like I said, that is Heather on there. That is, like I said, May 31st, 2020. So would you like to say just how hateful? Okay?
Again, and I'm going to speak over you, and I don't mean to be rude. I know I'm new, but I'm going to be. And I mean this in the most loving Christian kind of way. It's interfering in her joy tonight. She knows what's going on. We all do. We've all reported them. We're not going to
Thank
give
you, Heather. Thank you.
tonight.
Ooh, we even got Scoots up there thanking her.
You know, I have something to add here, Florida. You know how Heather is sticking up for her, right? Because opening the balls is giving her some joy. Now, let's point out something else. Doesn't Merb like to mock Heather in a loving Christian kind of way?
You got it, Ethel. Hell was a friend of hers. Everybody in here was a friend of hers. Until, as she puts it, they got stabbed in the back and in the front.
Did you hear what I said, Florida?
What'd you say?
In that video where Heather is sticking up for Merb, and she tells the person that she means it in the kindest Christian way, hasn't Merb done nothing but, throw that back at Heather and use it?
Yeah. You can't be a Christian. You can't be. You know what?
But she still uses it mockingly.
What kind of Catholic are you to go contact a Scientologist?
Oh my God.
Do you really? Or an ex-Scientologist that believes in Xenu?
Yeah, Red, she does.
Really?
The minute I heard Heather say that in the kindest Christian way, instantly I'm thinking of how Merv uses that to mock. So take an act of kindness and flip it around, make it into a negative by mocking it, and then don't even tell people the truth. But go attack people who were your friends and stood up for you, Merv, and never tell anybody both sides of the story because you would look horrible. That's why you cannot tell the truth.
I got news for you, good old Carly over there. You thought going over there and talking to that Scientologist or direct Scientologist, whoever it is, because you know what? I've watched 90% of them, okay? Because I stood up for what they were doing in LA. I can tell you right now, if they go back and watch your channel, they will not back you. They are not that kind of people.
It's probably why she doesn't say their name, because she knows it. Oh, Merv, you lie right out of the gate and you just can't stop, can you?
The only one that may back you is the one that got his little ding-a-ling caught up in a whole lot of shit this last few months. Okay? That might be the only one backing you. Like I said, I bring facts. I bring the truth.
Merv just talks and flaps her gums.
So do not sit here and say that they all came over here with an agenda.
Right. Yeah, an agenda of being your friend until you screwed and tattooed people in one way or another to where they wanted nothing to do with you because it is literally healthy to get away from you. So they chose the healthy choice, not your lies and your vile attitude. Red said, do tell who's dingling.
His little dingling got in trouble, Mr. Aaron. Aaron
Oh, I don't know who that is.
got his little dingling in trouble when he found out when people found out he was sleeping around with the other people.
Oh my goodness, that's not cool.
Okay. And how controlling he was. And still in a marriage.
Wow.
So how Christian and Catholic is that, Merb? Hope that's not the one that told you to go tell your shit on YouTube. Hope so.
Well, she married a felon. Do you really think she'll care?
Because you know what? That's really a hero I want to follow.
Well, you know what, J.C. Ray asks, why do you feel the need for backup from anyone, Carly? The truth stands on its own. Well, Merv doesn't have any truth to stand on. Just a mountain of lies. Yeah, more than 300 people left Merv. Right.
Oh, well over 300 people left Merv. But have you noticed? Have you ever noticed? Well over 300 people left Merv. But you know what? Her channel has never lost a subscriber. Why is that? Why?
Interesting.
How is that capable? How is that possible? Okay? And oh, by the way, I'm going to tell you something else. Just for purposes on 90% of us in here, none of us would stoop, and I mean stoop, to your level or your family's level to shine anyone's shoes, because we are well above menial task.
And we are more than capable. You're the one who seems incapable there, Merv. I mean, you're in federal court and you lie right out the gate. Is this your address? No. Do you have a channel? No. Are you monetized? No. Then why are you asking people for money for a lawyer? You were never served. You don't even know where you live. You don't have a channel. You don't have a channel with money, but you're on the channel asking people for money. And you know exactly where you live, and you talk about the lake house too. So where's your integrity, Merv? You ruined your own credibility. You have no integrity.
Yeah, I mean, she has maybe 20 or 30 true subscribers. You know what? There was what? How many people in there watching that auction for that blanket?
I think they were only there because Sandy made the blanket.
Okay. The only reason they were there is they wanted to see if it actually sold for that much money. And they wanted to see just how much you put your little begging fingers out there and kept throwing that name out there. That was your audience. And we loved, and I'll tell you, we loved every minute of it. Every single minute. Because the whole time we're watching. Bid starting at 350. Bid starting at 350. I mean, Kevin couldn't drop that sucker quick enough because you wasn't getting any bids. Like I said, it ain't got nothing to do with the work on the Afghan. It ain't got, I ain't saying a word about that. I'm saying you're a bloodsucker.
Yeah. And you know what? Once Sandy left, a lot of people left her chat. And it just basically stopped moving pretty much.
Okay.
You know what? Lying in that situation, excuse me, not only shows that, I don't know where I live. That's not my address. I don't know. And the channel and all those lies right out the gate. It not only shows a lack of integrity, a lack of credibility, it shows a lack of intelligence. These things are easily proven to show she lied.
See? Nope, wasn't their point. We didn't care. We just wanted to see the piggyback off the name. That's it.
That's it.
Really, it's not that I'm up. Trust me, this ain't nowhere being upset. I am nowhere near upset. I think it's hilarious because she thinks she is the best community on YouTube.
Why not let her people tell her that? Why does she have to toot her own horn?
All I
Shouldn't
can
that
do is
be
sit and
a
laugh.
community point of view?
Like I said, and we got good old hubby over there going, "You're hurting me. You're hurting my kids. I need the money.
Well, if you
My
need money,
kids need the money."
then one of you get a job. It's not the public's problem. Sit down, communicate, talk, figure something out. It's not the public's problem that you need money. Everybody pays bills. Everybody pays taxes.
Yep. Chirp, chirp. Rubbing their little legs together. Chirp, chirp.
Rubbing their legs together.
That's how
Oh my
crickets
God.
make their noise. They rub their little legs together. Chirp, chirp.
Yeah, right, Nancy, lying about what Kevin is calling her. Well, you know what? Sandy said if the blanket
Yes,
didn't
she
sell
did.
there for what it was worth, she had
Oh.
somewhere else to take it. And there
Oh,
was
and that
one
was it.
bid on the blanket. Hi,
Oh,
Jackie.
and God forbid Dieter's hair was in it. So that was a bonus too, okay?
Well, when it comes to pet hair, I have to say dog hair, cat hair, I don't care. I'm an animal lover. To me, that's a non-issue.
You know what? That's not the point. The point
No.
is she still had to go through and use that family, use her daughter and use her grandkids because it was their pet.
Hey,
Dieter's
Lisa.
hair's in it.
Well, that's it. Because you know what? That's something where she can wash the blanket, but it's important to let people know because some people may have allergies. But, she showed Dieter too. People wanted to buy Dieter. Oh my God, Dieter is cute though.
Like I said,
But you're right, you can't piggyback off the name. I mean, think about it. All right. The truth is, the lady is helping her out. But the lady she's helping out, Merb, is lying about everything, not telling her people, her community, anybody who donated money for that legal fund. Think Merb is facing a hardship from it. Jimmy's sitting there crying out for money. None of these people, while they're selling an auction that blanket, is saying, well, she did it to herself, and now she's in dire straits because she claims to not have money. But by the way, the only one named in that lawsuit as the plaintiff is Merb. Not Jimmy, not anybody in the community, not anybody, period. One person, Merb, is the plaintiff. That's it. And she did it, and she got what she got for false copyright striking. Period. She brought it on herself.
Well, let's see here. Boop. I got to go back up here. Comment a minute. Where's it at?
Well, they're using the name to try to get more money, because do you really think there would be that much interest if it wasn't her blanket? That anybody would right off out of the gate ask for $350?
Really, Jackie? I'm curious what in her demented mind she thought she was accomplishing by dragging me all week. Really? She thought it would bring in her some new viewers and them people that backed her back in the day, and she thought they were all going to jump in on that bandwagon and feel sorry for her. But see, that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, clicks and views. That's all she cares about.
Because you were 90% of our topic last week on our last live of how disgusting they were. And you know what? I don't really like calling
Hey,
out
Lisa.
subs. I don't like calling out subs. But I'll tell you, when you make a vile ass comment like Scooter did, and nasty, she didn't even deserve her money back. Lady, who in their right mind thought they were going to get a free vacation?
Oh my gosh.
You can't even go on a timeshare for a stupid 2-hour walk and get a free vacation. So what in the Sam hell made you think Jackie should have given you all or not charged you all the money that was still owed on that house? You're lucky it was Jackie. You're lucky. Because Jackie's a kind woman. If it had been me, I'd have told y'all to get your ass out of my house. And
Right?
I'd have sucked it up, Buttercup. And I'd have said, now I got the house. You go pay your ass somewhere else to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, Jackie has the proof that she put the down payment.
Like I said, you're lucky Jackie's a nice individual.
That was nice.
I'd have told you all to get the hell out of my house.
Oh, and how about when she brings up poor Lisa's name, you forgot to tell people Lisa D drove you there, Merb. So when you threatened to leave, you put Lisa D in a position where she would have no choice but to leave with you because she came there with you. She brought you there.
Like I said, I'd have told your ass to get out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
all I'm going to say about Lisa, just to stick up for her, because she's not on here. She's not talking anything, and I'm not going to say anything else about her. But I just wanted to clear that one thing up because that was so unfair and nasty.
That's what I said. I'd have told your ass to get the hell out of my house.
There you go.
And you can tell me that I'm a mean. First of all, when you specify about me, don't call me a mean girl.
Right?
Okay?
Say a
Don't
name, chicken.
Like I said, first of all, when she decides that she wants to talk about me again, don't call me a mean girl. I am 57 years old, you old bag. The same age you are.
I was just going to say
I
that.
am far from a girl.
Yeah, she's a grown adult. She knows how to act it.
And I get up every morning and I put my big girl panties on and I act like a grown adult. Something you can't do. Okay? So if you're going to call me something, don't call me that, because I'm not.
Well, she's very manipulative. She put people in a terrible position, and then, like a juvenile having a tantrum, she threatened to leave. So don't say you don't manipulate, guilt trip, and make things awkward. Because that's another of your lies, Merb.
Like I said, we went through all this last week about all that. We know exactly what you did. Everybody's been forgiven. Everybody's had apologies. It's all good. But what does it have to do with that lawsuit that's going on right now? Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
She just wants to bash people and trash people and make shit up because it is shit, because it's lies.
I don't know what. I don't know. Why don't you go ask your husband if video reel left? He'd know. It seems like every time video reel comes on, he wants to have a conversation with Jimmy. Why is that?
Hmm.
You know, see, it always seems like him and Jimmy's buddies.
Yeah, that's true.
calling
I
him all the
haven't
time.
seen him lately.
You know, where's your little one that supposedly was, oh, she'll call him out. Where's her one that supposedly was trustee on death row and is now got this channel that's all AI and you know,
But
where's
didn't
he at?
that, I don't know, wasn't that kind of confusing? Didn't that person turn out to be some other thing?
I don't put it this way. You go watch your channel, it's all AI. Okay?
Me too, heads up, but honestly, I cannot say. So I won't. But I had that thought.
Everybody had that thought.
And I agree with you, Mary.
What?
Like I said, we did,
You coming in?
what was it, 3 hours last week? Something like 3 hours? No more than that. Almost 6 hours on our last live.
You coming in? Or
You
not?
just can't seem to leave people alone. I'm starting to wonder if you might have some, I don't know, you sat over there one day and bragged about having balls that you wanted to give to somebody. So I'm really starting to wonder about that.
Why don't you give them to your husband? He could use a pair.
Because you thought that person in your chat was so mean that you needed to offer him some balls. Because you thought you had some extra. Is that another reason why you're sucking up to her? Because your husband and Junior over there has a whole lot in common in that channel? Could that be it?
More in common than not, apparently, right?
Oh, there's a lot in common. Do you all know that?
That's
Do you
what
all
I'm
know
saying.
that? Do you all know that? I'll throw it right out there in the middle of the dumpster fire. Hold on a minute.
She's in a loop, all right. She's also in a time warp. If she had issues with all of these things that she's bringing up years later, why did she not address them at the time they were happening? Why would you bring it all up later on? Yeah, deal with it. However, whether it gets resolved, if it doesn't get resolved, either way, move on. Don't just sit there and act like everything's fine and then, oh, I'm going to put it in my back pocket. And if you rub me the wrong way, I don't care if it's 20 years later. I'm going to pull out that shriveled thing in my pocket and I'm going to make some shit up and twist it around and I'll get you, my pretty. That's verb. Florida is on point because she knows and she's got the proof.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I was reading the text.
No worries.
What am I on point about?
Everything.
Like I said, what's your deal? You and your hubby over there got some back where I left off. You and your hubby over there got a little bit of got some things in common with Junior?
Look what Julie D said. Don't donate. Don't donate. There's a big issue with that. I believe there's even one point where Sandy herself was telling people not to give money to Frankie Jr.
Yeah, there was. There was. Like I said, you got more in common. The two men have more in common than anything.
I honestly don't know about Senior, Mary. I really don't. I
don't
just
either.
know that Sandy said that about Frankie Jr. Do not give him money.
Yep. And I'm just going to say it.
I don't know.
Why is it out of everything, okay? Everything that's going on, do you see Junior and his mother leading this band parade that was for all these donations? You didn't see Senior. You didn't. All he wanted was the truth to get out there and people to stop lying. That's all he wanted. He didn't give two shits about money. And truth be told, I didn't really like AD either. The one that supposedly he bragged about getting the channel taken down. He didn't get that channel taken down. Crowd Justice didn't get it taken down. AD got himself taken down because he was streaming on two channels at once. And you can't do it and be monetized like that. Julie, I'm not saying he was a good man. By all means, I ain't saying that man was good at all. But all I'm saying is they can stand over there and blow that trumpet all they please. They didn't get that channel taken down. AD's dumbass got his own channel taken down. So where's all that crowd justice money at? Okay, where's it at? That's what I'm saying. Where's it all at? Could it be somebody that ain't got a job? Like somebody else that needs a job?
Okay. Can you hear my fan or am I good?
People need to get jobs. With jobs, you get benefits, you get health insurance, and guess what? The biggest thing of all, you get a paycheck. You can buy you some food. You can buy you some balls to play with. You can actually pay your own bills and maybe pay your own lawyer's fee.
Pay your taxes. What everybody else pays.
That's what I said. Job does wonders for you. Y'all know? Jobs. Job.
Hey, Paisley Lass. I would not donate a dime. I've not been aware of anything where that money has gone to benefit anybody out in the public at all.
Well, if you all remember, that was another one of Merv's big ones that she thought was a I gotcha moment. That when all of a sudden Heather did what? $2 $5 donation to somebody? Ooh, wow. $2 or $5 donation? Merv thought that was such a sin, and she came on panel and goes, "You never gave me nothing. You never donated to my channel." That sounds like money. It was money, people.
Yeah, she was talking about how that woman got to take the whole year off. I could have used that. That's what you're talking about, ain't it?
Well, she said over there. Well, she said over there, and like I said, Heather made some what $2 $5 donation to somebody. I don't even. Hell, it wasn't no more than $5. And she goes, "You never gave me nothing for my birthday. You never donated nothing to me."
Wow.
You
Nobody
know
has
what?
to give you anything.
You know
It's
what?
called a choice, a gift. It's not something you ask for. It is not something you are entitled to, Merb.
That's
Or
called
Jimmy.
free will. Free will.
And
Not,
you ever hear of gratitude instead of grifting? Try gratitude.
you know what? It is called free will, free
Yeah.
choice, not free willy, not feed Merb.
You know what I thought you were talking about, Florida? Do you remember the time when a woman had a loss, a different channel creator, and Merb was on her live and was, talking about that, basically complaining about it. Let's call it what it is, and got donations from her community. That woman was able to take a whole year off, and Merb was having a fit. I never got that. I could have used that. So
Well,
if
you know
somebody else
what?
had a loss, her community did that for her, and Merb was jealous.
First of all,
Merb
I'm going to tell you,
should understand, being in the position she was in, how wonderful that was. That woman got that. But no, Merb cannot have empathy and be happy for anybody else, period.
well, I'm going to say this in my opinion only, okay? Mine. Back in the day, when all these cards came in, all right, on that channel, all right, she told everybody, you recorded it, Merv. You put it on a live. That she hadn't read the cards.
Yeah,
And
I remember that.
hold on. She hadn't read the cards yet. And the ones from like friends that she hadn't opened them all yet. But she did open the ones from the community and took a peek at them. She opened them suckers. I'd swear. I would bet on it.
Looking for
To see if
money?
there was a check in there.
Yeah, right? Why not open all of them? You said it, Merb. You said it. All these things we're talking about, you said it.
Okay, what's going on? That's mean, Julie.
Oh my God. You see what Julie said? I remember giving a donation to Merb. She never said thank you. Nothing. I posted
Really?
in the chat, yeah. And she said, I don't say thank you if it's less than $10. Wow.
Oh, so it has to be a certain monetary value for
You
you
know
to say
what?
thank you.
Fuck you, Merb. How's that? And didn't cost me 1 penny. There's your gift.
So when did a monetary value get thrown into this? Is that why you're calling out some of your new people in your Patreon and some of your new people that's doing the donations to that damn GoFundMe? Because the one lady donated $150 in a week and a half? Is that why? because it was $150.
You know
Really?
what? Merv and Jimmy have a sense of entitlement that they should not have. Nobody should have that kind of sense of entitlement. Nobody owes you anything, Merv. Nobody owes you anything, Jimmy. Nothing. Not a gosh darn thing. And if you are lucky to get anything, you should practice gratitude and thank you, whether it is 50 cents, $1, $5, or $100. You should be grateful for everything because you deserve nothing as far as being entitled to it. Everything should be looked upon as a gift with gratitude. Shame on both of you. That's really disgusting.
It is.
That's disgusting.
That's it. You give what you can. You know what? And people ought to be thankful for if anything is given. They ought to be thankful if a card is given. Okay? At that point in time, I didn't even want to know her address. Because honestly, she didn't mean spit to me besides somebody to keep me in my ear while I was out in my room doing my crafts or painting. That's all she was to me. It is the people in her chat that got me to pay attention and got me to start chatting more and to come on panel. It was not her. Because she has the personality of a stick.
Stick has more personality than Merv.
Okay? I'm not saying I felt bad for her. I'm not, excuse me, I'm not saying I didn't feel bad for her. But you know what? Like I said, at that point, she was nothing but noise in the background.
Right? Because she talks to be heard. She doesn't talk with respect. She doesn't talk to care, to interact. Her responses are, instead of having compassion and empathy and being genuine, she might as well say, "Oh, that's nice. What's the weather outside?" You know, that's how they come across.
Well, I'll answer that one too. Well, here's the thing though. Up there in that area where she's at, they kind of do ask people that if you got trees along your property that might be getting close to the power lines, cut them back. Because
it's common sense.
That's one. And besides, it's maintenance on your property. Okay? They don't come out every year. And if they do, they don't come out every year. And they trim them back, they butcher the shit out of your trees.
Oh, okay? I know. I have a neighbor who has a tree in his yard. Now, I can just cut whatever hangs over my fence. I don't need permission. I don't. Nobody does. If it hangs over the fence, you're allowed to cut it.
But what I'm saying,
I asked the neighbor, we hired a tree service to come and trim what hanged over our fence because we did not want to hurt the neighbor's tree.
But what I'm saying is, we did it up north. If our trees were getting close to the power lines, we had them trimmed before snow was coming, before the winds were coming. Okay? Because all that does is add more chances of a limb coming down on your power line.
Well, with the
And
neighbor's
to get a
tree,
GoFundMe started for that.
oh my gosh, pay it yourself. I did that with the neighbor's tree. We used a tree service so that it would not hurt his tree, because what you're talking about with snow and wind, I didn't want it hitting my shed in my yard. And that's why we did that. It was regarding a shed. But we did do one tree in the front. And we hired a tree service, and they came and trimmed it because it was getting into the power lines, and we didn't want to have a problem with that.
But
So
see, we do
it's
that
called
down
being
here.
responsible, Merb. Taking care of stuff on your property, Merb.
People do that down here because they don't want the county butchering up their trees. It's called property owner maintenance.
And we being responsible.
Okay?
You don't just get the playhouse. You get to pay the bills, and you have responsibility that come with it. She mentioned her roof has a leak, but it's stopped now. How is that anybody else's problem? We had a new roof put on our house. Did you see a GoFundMe? Absolutely not.
Well, I know it was Kubi and I think, well, Scooter was in there too. And they got like $600 and Merb sits and laughs about it. And then goes, yeah, we got a generator, but it's out in the shed. Really? Really? You got a garage on that house. When you know bad weather's coming, you bring the sucker a little closer to the house. You put some gas in it. You test run it. You make sure it's going to run. We do it every year because I don't want to be without power.
Yeah, we paid for our own roof. Jimmy can't reach the Charlie Brown tree.
Okay.
Pussycat, you're funny. See, everybody in here knows. Look at these comments. You're not fooling anybody, Merv. People know.
Yeah, but yeah. There was no GoFundMe when the hurricane took roofs off. Did you hear me come on here and say, hey, guys, I was without power for 5 days.
Yeah, but you know what?
I didn't have no cable. I didn't have nothing for 5 days.
I think so, JC, right? Merv's house has a fireplace in it, she was asking.
Yeah, it does. Sure does.
Well, maybe you know what? There's maintenance for a fireplace too. And if you take care of it, you can actually build a fire in it and be warm.
But you're supposed to have them cleaned once a year.
That's right.
And have them and have the, make sure the dampers are okay and make sure that none of the
Because when you make a fire, that stuff can fall down right from inside the chimney and create a fire hazard.
Yeah, you have to make sure that the mortar and all that's secure.
Mm-hmm.
Because that way it doesn't.
Yes, Florida's really been through it with the hurricanes. You didn't hear her crying about it. And not for nothing, but Merv, you are the one that said that you grew up there. So this ain't your first rodeo. Why weren't you prepared? It ain't like you're new to the area. You know what it's like.
Now, if you remember, you all got to remember this one. It was so cold when J Bells was there. when they went to that abandoned resort, she just about got frostbite on her fingers because it was so cold in the snow. Y'all
Who
remember
did,
that?
Merb?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all remember that? When she took J-Bells out to that abandoned resort and she almost got frostbite on her fingers?
What's the
Because
abandoned resort? The lake house?
no,
Oh.
it was up in the Catskills because she's close to it. Yeah, it builds up creosote, Jackie. That's what. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, look what Destination wrote. It's called Don't Beg Because Your Power is Out. When you have 2 generators and my American flag is as still as a rundown deer. You got that right. You know, my power went out. And you know what? It went out for several hours. And I had my flashlight. And after that, Kenny bought a generator for me. And it's a small generator that you can charge it by plugging it into an outlet. And it lets you charge your phone. It lets you, plug something into it, like maybe a laptop or something. I have a lantern. So it's not your first rodeo, Merb. You said you grew up in that area. You should have been prepared, not grifting and begging. And as far as Jimmy, like in the last live, we need money. That's your problem, Jimmy.
Yeah,
It's not the public's problem. That's your problem.
You remember that, JC Ray? You know what? Maybe you should have put your camera down, your video down.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have been doing a live and put your camera away and stuck your hands in your gloves or maybe in your coat pocket.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, where's your slippers?
Right?
Why don't you layer up? Put your slippers on. Put on an extra sweatshirt. Remember, you said one time you wore 3 sweatshirts when you accidentally left your camera on and stood up. So where are all these sweatshirts?
See, that's it. We don't come on here and beg for nothing.
Don't need nothing. We didn't ask the public.
No. Like I said, but I do remember that when she about got frostbite going to the Catskills.
Hi, Davida.
You know, it's kind of sickening because her kids are out there with nothing over their faces.
Right?
Okay? So if it's so cold, why ain't you got your bundled up scarves? Really?
She's ridiculous. The sense of entitlement is off the charts. It's like they're the first family to exist. And oh my God, how do we do this? I need money for this. I need money for that. Beg, beg, beg. Grift, grift, grift. It's like, get a grip. Learn to pay bills. Be adults. Be responsible, for God's sake. Right? Put your gloves on. Wear a hat. Wear a bathrobe. You ever hear a thing called layers?
That's what I said.
All that polyester shit she wears, that ought to be warm because it don't let you breathe.
She should have put that damn camera in her pocket. Stop worrying about video taping people.
Really?
I mean,
you're sitting right by the damn glass door.
You know,
hang up a curtain. Put something warm over it.
Let me see.
They're not in touch with reality. It's crazy.
Far from reality. Okay. Here.
Are you showing something?
Do you see our little blue guy here? I like him. Isn't he just gorgeous?
Oh, he's cute.
Whatever you want to do, that's not true. When you're grown, you can do whatever you can afford to do. That's different. I was tricked. My mom told me when you get grown, you can do whatever you want to do. That's not true. When you're grown, you can do whatever you can afford to do. That's different.
You hear that, Merv? You do what you can afford to do.
Even the little guy knows that.
Opening balls at $10 a piece while you're sitting there grifting for money, and you think, it's my prerogative because I don't smoke or drink. Well, la-di-da, good for you. Why you're pissing your money away on balls while you're begging for money. I mean, if that's not being an idiot.
I know. Talk about total ridiculousness.
Yeah. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But you seem to have everything, but yet you're grifting. How does that work?
Let's see. Like I said, I found us a little bit of comedy tonight. Hey, you all are going to like this one because it's gonna remind you. It will remind you of somebody sitting in a chair with a specific shirt on. I will play this sucker twice just so you don't miss it. Maybe 3 times so you don't miss it.
It's the only hobby where I can shoot people and cut off their heads and not go to prison. I might take up photography. It's the only hobby where I can shoot people and cut off their heads and not go to prison. I might take up photography. It's the only hobby where I can shoot people and cut off their heads.
Anybody remember somebody wearing a t-shirt like that?
What does the t-shirt say?
Something about shoot people.
Oh, wow. Who wore that?
Merp.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Is that more of her wannabe mafia?
No, she's like I said. That's why that girl said she was going to take up photography because Merb was doing photography with her and her little dolls.
Oh God, the dirty dolls with dirt on their faces. How embarrassing.
And she said that, somebody made a comment about the shirt, I guess. Maybe a channel did,
Uh-huh.
And about where it says shoot on, and like I said, I thought it was cute. Well, everybody else in the channel's getting it because they remember watching her do it. Because that was part of the thing about you can shoot people and cut off their heads and not go to prison for it.
Wow, what a sense of violent humor, huh? It's like those magnets she had, remember? A cat with a knife and something else. Stupid. Merb, when it comes to mafia, just stop it.
Yeah.
You're too stupid. Your mouth is too big and you talk too much.
Like I said,
so that's the end of that.
That has nothing to do with that, but you're right. You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
Right? Eat your makeup. Make yourself pretty on the inside. Nothing will fix it. Oh my God, she's such a wannabe. It's not funny. A wannabe star, a wannabe influencer. You know what, Merv? You'll never be anything because you can't be honest. You don't have credibility. You don't have integrity. And yes, I can say for a fact you have no credibility because anybody who would tell a federal court, that's not my address. I don't have the channel. I'm not monetized. When all somebody has to do is click and, oh, look, there you are. I mean, really? Oh my God. You can't fix stupid either.
No, you can't. No, you can't have a firearm if you're a felon.
Yeah.
And that is one thing.
Merv is gelling with a felon.
That is one thing that does not get expunged off your record if you pay thousands of dollars. You cannot get that taken off your record.
No, in my opinion, the only style Merv has is go back to the 60s or 70s, the way the grandmas used to dress. You know, back in the old days.
You know, let me set my other laptops up. He fixed it real quick. Because I feel like I'm sitting here talking
What?
like
You're fading out. Merv's style is no style. That's it. Zero sense of style. Oh, those dolls. Those dolls' faces were dirty, you know? If you're going to take pictures, wash your dolls' faces, Merv. Put some clean them up. Clean up their clothes. I mean, how embarrassing.
I mean, I feel
She's selling shells and she's selling fake shells because, like Florida told me, I never seen a shell shaped like a perfect heart before. They don't happen like that.
never seen one that's perfectly white either. So
Yeah. And that Marcel, the shell. Oh, stop it, Merv. You don't even know how to make Marcel the shell. He looks like a damn potato.
like I said, I can still chat, but give me a second.
What are you doing?
I just feel like I'm talking. I feel bad because normally I'll put the camera on when I'm talking like this. And right now I can't with that laptop because the camera ain't
That's
connected.
all right.
So
I love the 80s too, but she got stuck in the ugly side of the 80s. That's true, Alicia. She'd be like one of those girls who put her hair up in a weird way and didn't look in the mirror and look at the sides or the back. She's rotten. Yes, she is.
let me see if I can get straight.
I know. Sandra's selling a blanket. Meanwhile, Merv is buying bowls worth $10 each. None of that makes sense. None of that. Oh, you're welcome, Alicia. Merv just doesn't know how to pull anything together. Her and Jimmy are quite the pair, aren't they? They're perfect for each other. They're both entitled. They're both lazy. They both expect other people to pay their bills and everything. Whatever they can get paid for, they will sure as hell try. We need money. Y'all seen that clip Florida played where Jimmy said that? We need money. Guess what, Jimmy? Not our problem.
I'm special. I got two.
Wow. At least you're not using a picture from years and years ago that you don't even look like anymore. Oh, and by the way, Merv, the picture I'm using is from October of 2024. Where's your current picture, Merv?
There, now I feel better. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hey, Merv. That's a telephone commercial, you dumbass. Not one for YouTube because you forget how to use it.
I'm going to go on mute a minute. I'm going to bring myself back upstairs with my laptop.
Like I said, I got one specifically for my cricket. So it was a back there. Now I'm all good. Whoop. Okay, where are we at on comments? I know, isn't Irene? She is. Why I stove here and be this green lady? Hey, at least it ain't like that. Hey, everybody, I don't care if one person goes to New York. I don't care. But I want a picture, a real life picture of what she looks like with no filters. Okay? You can get her walking to the courthouse. You can get her walking up steps. Whoever goes, I want one real picture of what she really looks like without all them filters.
Okay, I was downstairs
Well,
and I
she's
didn't want
hiding. She
you
is
to hear all that
hiding.
noise.
She is hiding. Okay, which one? Like I said, I want to see the real her because she did the catfish ones. You know where, oh, Happy New Year. You know, with the 30-year
Oh,
facelift. But you know, and then she's got the one now that she's so blurred out that you can't see crap. And she's trying to say she hasn't aged. So, like I said, whoever goes to New York, I want a recent picture of that woman.
what is she gonna do? She's blurred herself out, put herself in a whiteout, and then when she goes real life to that courthouse, it's gonna be a shock to people. And it's gonna be her own fault for misrepresenting herself.
Uh-huh. Yep. I'll drop a link if anybody would like to come up. But it's what I'm saying. It is so misrepresenting. Because like I said, she's got that one where, like you said, she tried to do a facelift on it where she looks like she's like 30 years younger than what she is. You know, and it with that catfish one and the New Year's one.
And talking sexy, and she has a husband. What's all that about, Merv?
I don't care how you take it. You can you can zoom in and get every wrinkle on her face as far as I'm concerned. Because when we get it, you can guarantee where it's going. We'll put some bubblegum boobies under that bad boy.
Yeah, using her old picture, like she looks like that. If she looked like that, why is she never showing herself on camera?
You know.
You know what? When you are 57, you will look a little older. And guess what? It's okay. It's called normal. It's called normal.
That's
But
why I
Merv
said.
doesn't do normal.
You know, that's why I said you all see what you're looking at. Okay? When I put the camera on, you all see what I look like. No ifs, no ands, no.
Having your face whited out like you almost got yogurt on it and it's blurred. How is that normal? That's crazy.
You know.
Well, no, Alicia, I'm not saying she talks sexy. I'm saying she tries to talk sexy. Right? In that 2020 whatever New Year's thing, she was trying to be sexy, which is crazy. It's like you're married. Why? Who are you trying to catfish? Are you trying to pick someone up? I mean, I don't understand it.
What's this one?
That's it. That's it, Julie. It is best to just be yourself. You know, people will like you for who you are or they won't. And I always say, not everyone's going to like you, and you're not going to like everyone. That's called life.
It is what
No
it is.
worries, Alicia. Oh, you know what? I don't mind celebrating my birthdays. I'm excited. I'm happy to have a cake, be with my family. And that's what it's about, you know? Federal court e-beggar.
That's what it is.
I know.
Exactly what it is.
You got that right.
Here's our little fella again. He wanted to come see us.
There will be a dry sense of humour with scattered sarcasm, spells of profanity, patches of exhaustion, and a 100% chance of saying what the f is wrong with people. There will be a dry sense of humour with scattered sarcasm, spells of profanity, patches of exhaustion, and a 100% chance of saying what the f is wrong with people.
This little blue guy is smarter than Merv and Jimmy.
I know. He needs to hook up with Maria.
Help Maria, rescue Maria.
He needs to go rescue Maria from over there.
Yeah,
You know?
and rescue her dirty dolls that need a good bathing. Get a wash rag, clean up those dolls. It's who takes pictures like that? The whole thing is just out there. I'm sorry, they're just it's just nuts.
Yes, Mary, I sure will. I sure will.
I sent you a message.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I got a little testy tonight because I'm sitting here to get this done because I had things I wanted to show and trying to get them clipped up, and then I lost the sound on one computer, and then I wanted to try the other computer, and I couldn't find.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I couldn't find the external hard drive on it, so just one of them.
PMS. Merv has PMS. I have black hair.
Here we go. Woo! Would you like them all again? Okay. What's Irene want to tell me? I already have a feeling I know what Irene wants to tell me, but what would Irene like to tell me?
It's in the message.
I already know what. See, I knew what she was gonna tell me. You know what? You tell me when you're there, and I will bring a live up, and we will bring you on board. How's that sound? Okay.
If Kenny can get off work, I want to try to go too.
Like I said, if she can't, text me, my crazy life. and I will bring a live up, and we will stream that sucker outside that courthouse. Okay? I swear. Okay. Irene, I did not bring them up, with what happened tonight. Okay? I did not get them done.
Okay.
So if you want to tell them, go right on ahead. I'll keep my mouth shut a minute and eat me a peanut butter
Well,
sandwich.
no, because I need to show them.
Well, that I can do. I just don't have it all put together. Okay?
The voice part, I can just read them because I have a printout. But I'd like to show them as I do that.
Well, like I said, that I can do.
Well, when we switch over, maybe at the beginning, we can do that.
Okay, let me.
Because you're streaming 115 minutes now.
Okay, so that's an. Let's go right at 2. You know what? Let's run this into 3.
Okay.
So
Because I'd rather put it at the beginning in case,
Okay.
instead of having people having to look for it.
I know she swore up and down that she knows so much about you, my crazy life. That almost sounded like a threat, in my opinion.
Who doesn't she threaten and try to intimidate? It's ridiculous.
It really did.
Alicia, there's no court date yet. That's to be determined. And that's in an upcoming thing. They might try to work that out, I think, right, Florida?
I'm waiting on info, to be honest.
Yeah. Right now, we're not
I
aware of
will
a
let
court
y'all
date yet.
know when I know something, okay? But that is all I know right now. I have not been given any more info to it, just what was there. So
When Florida knows, she'll let us know, Alicia.
yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Merv has a very selective memory.
Huh?
She never presents both sides or the whole picture.
I'll tell you, for somebody that can name somebody off that's been gone for 3 years, she sure has a selective memory.
Well, if Kenny can get off for work, we'll be able to go. But my crazy life said she's going, right?
Yep.
So.
Okay, there is exactly how many? How many?
Do a live with her.
Good. I'll bring one up. Not like I do a whole lot. I mean, in the summertime, I'm usually out in the yard. But my yard can wait for that. Okay, I'm at the no nonsense one. There's got to be one above that. Okay. I'll get them ready for the next. Read Destin's comment. Go ahead and have.
No, not New York City, New York State.
Go ahead and have Holly on panel. We will have your sister and Jimmy's daughter. Whoa, wait a minute. Last I knew, he didn't talk to them much. Okay? So, That could be an issue, to be honest.
Jason Ray, that would take forever.
What? I would love if someone with more patience than I would make a list of every horrible thing she claims has happened to her.
I ain't got time for bullshit, literally.
Well,
the list would go on and on of her years
where
of
would you like to
lying.
start? Like I said, where would you like to start?
Well, according to Merv, 2019.
Okay, 2019 was Jules of Thought, BBT, Truthy Magoo. I know them. I don't know them, but you know, I've heard them enough. Then we got
Hey, Diamond and Denise.
You know what? That just shows how much intelligence that woman has, because you know, when you're young and you're in elementary school, and it doesn't matter, kids are learning right from wrong.
That's
you know,
it.
that you're still at the very vulnerable age. And, you know, the part she didn't emphasize on is that no matter what was said, Heather and Holly were still cheerleaders together, and they got along. She seems to have forgotten that they cheerleaded every day together. And I guess it didn't bother Holly that much back then, because Holly didn't know it either. So it seems to burn Merv's ass more than it does hers, or did hers back in the day. But like I said, they were cheerleaders together. If you think she had a problem with Heather, you definitely would have thought something would have been done. You know what I mean? So.
And you know what? Merv said that. Excuse me. And she brought that up because guess what Heather said? Merv was sick when she was a child. Oh. So, yeah, you make no sense, Merv. It's like, let's put together a pickle in a chair and we'll call it even. Like, you know what? You can't even keep your thoughts focused. You don't have anything cohesive to put out there or anything that makes sense. Because all you do is attack and you lie. That's it. You know, when you're a kid, like Florida said, you're growing, you're learning. That's what being a kid is. It's a learning process.
You know, and give or take, depending on when that actually was and the year, do you not understand that well, socialization? Because, I mean, I know when I went to school, and I know Heather's younger than I am, we had cheerleading back in elementary school. Okay? So, I bet you they did when she was in school too. So I don't know what kind of flapping your gums about that's supposed to be such a big deal.
Not a big deal. She just wants to paint a false narrative and make it something that's not.
Oh, I know.
That's Merv's specialty. Bullshit.
Well, last I seen Mary, she had one bed. One lady said her mother liked it, but her mother was in bed and she was going to tell her mother about the one bed. See, that's the problem I see. Her biggest problem, well, I'm not going to say it's her biggest problem, okay? The biggest problem I see is her behavior and what she does around those boys because they are already showing signs. Issues shout when they come home from school just to get her attention. True, they done it. Well, y'all all remember. I've seen one that she's sitting out there at the computer, and there's one that's got a pair of scissors out there, putting it right up to the screen, going with the
Oh my gosh, trying to cut the screen off to stop
not
it.
cutting the screen, but going, "Ooh, look, I got kids errors."
Oh. I thought maybe he was trying to like pretend
No,
to cut off the live to get her attention.
but
Because they're not her priority. The lives are.
far from it. Okay, now I got screenshots all set up.
You know what,
Or-
Dustin? I think Sandy is aware because if she was all for that Patreon, so I don't know how she could not know.
Okay, I'm gonna set the other one up right now. I mean, I had it, I just don't have it.
Yes, I remember that, Julie. The kid was screaming for her, and she did not budge from the lie. She just kept telling Jimmy and telling the kid not to yell. And Jimmy helped him out. She couldn't put her phone down and help the kid. He was not in danger. Let me just make that clear. But he was only in shallow water. But that's not the point. Your kid is screaming for you. Get your priorities straight. Put your damn phone down. If your community is the best community on YouTube, well, what are you afraid? They're going to all be gone if you put your phone down to go help your kid? I mean, that's ridiculous. Yep, she totally ignored it. Right? Ridiculous.
Today.
And then she'll get mad because the truth hurts. No one's hurting her. The truth hurts.
Okay. Boop. 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 Okay, I got the other one scheduled for 12:20.
Yeah.
All right, Irene.
She's a great swimmer. You said 12:20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe she is a great swimmer. Maybe she's not. I can't say one way or the other because I've never seen her swimming.
Me neither.
And living by a lake, that's a bit surprising. She sits in some kind of little boat or kayak, or something, but I've never seen her in the water swimming. She could be. She could be. Oh, Florida dropped the link. If anybody wants to grab it and come on up.
Well, that's not. No.
I'm sorry. Well, normally that's what you do, but we're getting close to switching, so.
That's the other one.
Yeah, sorry.
That's the one I'm dropping now is the one for now, up on the panel. But now that I can do this, I got the right computer up. I can go back to where I was when I started this whole thing. That got me all fired. It's disgusting, to be honest.
Well, it's a normal reaction when you hear somebody that just lies constantly and talks bad about people that don't deserve it and taking advantage of people, begging for money. I mean, my God, the things they do just go on, and none of them are pretty. They're just
Oh, I know.
ugly behavior.
Oh, I know.
What I don't understand is how the people who are there that are newer and don't know, when you hear the kind of stuff she's talking about and you're only hearing one side, don't they realize they're not getting a full picture, that there's information missing? If you really want to think and be an independent thinker and form your own informed decision, how do you not realize you're not getting all the information to do that?
Now I can finish what I started.
Okay, Julie, you have a great night, and I hope you sleep well.
Good night, Julie. Thank you. Thanks for coming in and spending some time with us.
You.
Okay.
This was on, okay, this is the beginning of April. This is April 7th. Okay, so let me show you this. This is redacted. Okay, so on April 7th, this is what they filed. This is the show cause, okay? And they said, you know, here's the relevant procedural and factual background, the law, the argument. Carolyn's disregard for these proceedings has risen to disregarding instructions from this court. And without a finding of contempt, she will continue delaying proceedings in this rather straightforward case. This is a straight.
Does that not say delaying disregard for our judicial system? Who's disregarding the law? When she says she abides by the law, by the letter of the law?
Straightforward case. There's no reason for her to keep delaying like this. When Carolyn cannot show cause why she should not be held in contempt, the appropriate sanction should be sufficient to keep this straightforward case on track and a fee award. That's the $2,900 that I was talking about earlier. The court should enter a default judgment against Carolyn. The only other sanction sufficient to move this case along would be the subject matter of the discovery to be taken as established. Basically, I think this is saying disregard her ridiculous denials and assume the discovery is established the way that Held to the No turned it in. Basically, disregard her. I think that's what that's saying. If someone else knows, let me know, because I'm not a lawyer and I don't pretend to be one, but I believe that's what that is saying. Carolyn's failure cannot be substantially justified because her attorney was meeting with her just after the hearing where she was ordered to respond to discovery. Okay, so
let's see. We've got delays. We have
failure to respond to discovery.
Hold on. We have delays. We have, what's that word? Disregarding the judicial system.
Oh, so she's ignoring it.
And we have, what was the last one she just said? Failure.
Mm-hmm.
Failure. So, ooh, that's right off the block. Contempt, failure,
disregard,
delays. So you can sit over there and tell your little group of people that you are not delaying this. It is Heather's attorney. Wrong answer.
These are public court documents that Florida is reading from, courtesy of It's Randy's Life.
And I do have permission to use them.
That's right.
So sit over there and spoon feed your 20 or 30 people your life. It is in black and white in the court papers.
The public court ones.
You are lying.
Heather's attorney is costing a lot of money, and you're going to have to pay all of it.
And she's,
That's
you know, and this is like, we'll say, Hell to the No is being put out of a lot of money right now. A lot.
Yeah, she's paying a lot of money to do this, and it's money well spent because her attorney is a pit bull.
Yeah.
Her attorney is not dropping any balls at all, and they're right on top of everything. And I would say that the same is not true for Carolyn's attorney. So because they're ignoring emails, they're ignoring phone calls, they will not respond, they will not turn in the paperwork.
Hellraiser 7, that answer would be a no. There is no transparency in the funds that she has paid her attorney. That is a big no.
There's no transparency with the court documents either.
Okay.
So what they offered, or what they said to do was, okay, I can't go any further than that. Sorry. What they said to do was,
remind me, I got nothing.
Have a little conference. Okay. So they had this conference. Oh my God, you guys. Okay. And this is on April 19th. This is the last document I have. There might be more things that have happened since then, but here's where we are right now. Okay. So this is the request for conference regarding the discovery dispute, because all these denials, that's part of the discovery. She's not turning anything in. She's not explaining anything, blah, blah, blah. They've done multiple emails, multiple phone calls. They cannot get an answer, whatever. Finally, they said to have a conference, I guess. That did not go well either, as it said, or as they say. Our last letter about the same discovery was sent over a month ago. After the conference, Carolyn needed to respond by a date certain. She did not. Believing the matter was now a contempt issue, Heather followed the local rule and filed a motion for an order to show cause. Carolyn responded after that motion. Okay,
So basically, they had, instead of willingly give information that if she was right, if she thought she had a leg to stand on, she should have been more than willing to give up this information. Okay? But no. She had to have it go back in front of a judge and make it court ordered to have a motion filed. So I'm guessing, my thoughts, she knew then she didn't have a leg to stand on because she wasn't willing to give up any proof.
So finally she responds. The next day, we reached out to schedule a conference. This telephone call occurred on March 16th and lasted about an hour. Carolyn's counsel, so her attorney, her pit bull attorney, was not at his office and did not have his client's discovery responses before him.
He forgot to bring them, y'all. No joke.
He sets this scheduled meeting. They scheduled it.
Yes.
And not only is he not in his office, but he doesn't even have her paperwork. He has nothing. And wait till you hear how this conference call went, you guys. You're going to die. Interrogatory 3 required the identification of documents used to respond to the discovery and the identification of who possessed them. Okay. The response was simply see defendant's response to plaintiff's request for production of documents. Without compliance under Rule 33 and without identifying who possessed any documents, Carolyn has not supplemented. Okay. Interrogatory 6. They're asking for all communications sent or received concerning the facts asserted in the answer or discussing the case. Puzzlingly, Carolyn provided 3 links to Google support pages and scanned pages from a bound copy of the United States Code. What is the United States Code? And how do you have a bound copy of it? What are you talking about? What are you even talking about? What is that?
Can I just say,
puzzlingly,
I love
I know.
Hell to the Nose lawyer.
I love that.
Love-
Lawyer. He's not playing around at all.
No.
It was pointed out that these were not communications. Their websites, first of all. Yeah, she gave Google support websites and pages from a bound copy of the United States Code, which we don't know what code. We have no idea what you're talking about.
Merb, you know what communications are. You know exactly what communications are. Remember, you've got hard drives full of all your information.
Wait a minute. She can't do this, but she can go all the way back to 2019 and set up a Patreon to show things and talk about things. Okay, make sense, Merb.
You know, like I said, she has said here and she has told everybody and bragged about everybody, I've got so many hard drives full of information, and I've got screenshots full of information, and I've got an outside storage to back up my files and all of this. If you're so intelligent, you would know what communications are. That's like phone calls, emails, responses, you know, communications. For such an intelligent woman, you sure are having a hell of a time understanding the law.
Okay. It was pointed out that these were not communications. Communications are, emails from Google, emails from YouTube, back and forth. Communications, communications. Communications Carolyn had. If
I got a hit on that one a minute. You know, the communications where you filed that DMAC and it went in and there was an appeal and yes, lost that communication. And then you went and did another DMAC and the communication where an appeal was filed on that one and you got a response back and that video was put back up. YouTube released them back. That's communication, Merb? You have this. Did you forget to tell your lawyer that you took them down? There was an appeal. YouTube approved them, put them right back up, put them up. You did this more than once. So you have the communication.
It's 12:19, just so you know.
If not with colleagues or friends, then with her attorney that would be responsive. Carolyn's counsel objected to providing a privilege log he called ticky-tacky. he called Ticky Tacky and stated, file a motion saying the United States Code is not a communication. That's what her lawyer said. File a motion. File a motion stating that the United States Code is not a communication.
Okay, we'll stop at that one and finish on the next one. Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, I'm saying, no, that way I can bring up the next YouTube and we'll start on that one with that part. Like I said, because if she would show half of this to her channel, I think that people would want their money back, to be honest. I really think they would want their money back.
I think so. I don't think they'd be very happy either.
Okay, next live's up.
Okay, see you at the next live. Please don't forget the thumbs up on this one and the next one. Thank you.
Please, everyone, join us over on the next one. Like I said, it's already up. The link is in the chat. I'll drop it again. And we will continue showing the delays that she says has never been there. She's always been on time. Hi. Okay, Irene, you're the only one in there, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just bringing
So
it up
you talk
on.
to them while I go take care of the other one?
Yeah, I'm bringing it up on YouTube. It's the one with one butterfly, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.